Well, Casey here with CL Creative, where I'm teaching you web design and Webflow one video at a time. And today we're going to talk about the power of components inside of your CMS collections. Yes, Webflow just recently allowed us to add in components to a CMS collection. We're going to look at how to do that and why it is so powerful, how it's going to save you so much time in the future. So let's dive in to the computer and check this out. All right, well, here we are in the computer, and this is one of my clients' websites. I'm currently doing SEO for them, and so I do a lot of content creation. I manage their website, and one of the things that I'm always doing is creating blog posts for them, and I have these blog cards all over the website. I have them on, the blog page. I've got, built out their own content pillars and categories and things like that. And so if I want to add something to these blog cards, and so lately I've been building out the categories for these blog cards as a content pillar. And so right now you can see on this page, there is no category on these actual cards. But what if I want to add a category? What if I want to add, the ability to be able to see how long it's going to take for you to read this card? Well, guess what? I've got to go not only to this blog main page, but I have to go to the blog template. I've got to go to each of the category pages, that are there, and wherever else I'm highlighting these cards at on the website, and make that change. That just takes a whole bunch of time. Now, because we have the ability to add components inside of a CMS collection, particularly when it comes to blog cards and updating the style of those, or updating the style of anything, maybe it be a team collection or something like that, now you can create one component. You can manage that component from, say, a style guide, and the changes that you make to that component are going to take effect site-wide. So let's see that in action here. So if we jump into the Webflow project, this is on the template page, and you notice that I have not updated this yet. But if we navigate over to the style guide, you'll see that I've already put a section in my style guide, and style guides are super important. Got several videos on that and the importance of them. This one is pretty, in depth. It's one that FinSuite puts out for their client first system. But here is the blog card. And so this is what I want to update. I want to put a category on there, as well as I want to add in the ability to determine how long it will take to read this particular post. That is going to be coming up in a new video very, very soon on how to implement that. But today we're just talking about creating these components. So what I've done is I've just created a section on this style guide, just like I have a section for everything else, and I have made a component. So if we open this component, essentially it is the exact same layout as I have on the other pages. So I have my blog item, I've got my card with the wrapper, I've got the categories, I've got all the stuff. I've got the dispose of the item category that I've created, and here is going to be the read time. Now, this isn't set up just yet, but today we're going to focus on this. So essentially what you do is you just build out your blog card like you normally would, build it outside of your CMS collection, then turn this blog card into a component. Then all you have to do is go over to the page where you want to put it. So if we go over here to Wise Guys Wisdom, you can see that I've already added this component to the CMS collection. Now, I've already gone through and connected this. So let me show you how to do that. The one thing that you want to do is you want to click on your component, and you want to click in and say, yes, I want to edit this particular component. Click over here on the element settings panel. And as you notice, I've already added in a bunch of different properties. And so what you want to do is you want to click on your image wrapper, which is going to create a link. And you want to say create and connect new property. You're going to click that, and you're simply just going to create a new property. I've already created this property, so I'm not going to create it again. Then you would click on your image, and you're going to do the same thing. You're going to come in here and you're going to create and connect a new property. So if we click into the property settings, you can see that it is an image. Here's the name. Here's what that particular, here's the default image there as well. And you're gonna go through here and you're gonna create a property for each one of these items. And so you want to do that. After you've created a property for each of these items, what you can do next is you can begin to link these properties up. And so if you look at this over here on the left side, let me go ahead and just disconnect this particular property so I can show you. And so here we have the blog card image wrapper. So what I would do is I would come in here to the link section because it's going to be a link. I would connect to property. Then what I would do is blog card image wrapper link. Since I've already created that, I'm going to make that particular connection there. Now, once I've done creating all of the different properties, you go through the card. You're going to create a property for every single thing that you want to connect to your CMS collection. You would exit out. And then all you have to do is come back over here. We'll just grab, this blog card. You can just click directly on it. And you notice that all of those component properties are over here on the right sidebar. And every one of them has been linked to that CMS collection. So that's the setup. Now let's go to another page, and I'm going to walk you through this setup as we do this together. So here's one of the blog template pages. And at the end of the blog template page, I have related posts. These have not been connected yet. So let me go ahead and take this item, and I'm going to go in here and I'm going to delete, these pieces of the item. So that's all that's left is my wrapper, my list, and my particular item. Now, well, let me go over here to the components. I have my blog card. I'm going to click into that. And you notice what comes up when I click in. I have all of these settings here. I'm going to exit out of this because it's quite a bit and it's really hard to read. But if you notice, I click back on the blog card over here on the right side. Let me zoom in over here on all of this. I have all of these different settings. Why is that not letting me? No, I'm going to have to zoom back out. But I have all of these different settings and connections that I can make. So the first thing that I want to do is my blog card image wrapper link. I want to connect this property. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on connect to property. And what I want to connect it to is the collection item page link. I'll click that. All right, the next thing I have is the blog card category wrapper link. I'm going to click on connect property. I have my category here, and I have my collection item page link. I'm going to click on that. Next, I have my blog card title link. So I want to click on my blog card title and collection item page link. These are the way that I've set this card up is that if you click on this heading, if you click on this read more button, if you click on the picture, it's all going to take you to the blog post. And I've done that so that I can add in a link here as well. Next, I have my blog post heading. So let me just come down. Now notice here on each of these, this is just from the stock card that I've already created. But watch when I connect my blog post heading. So it gives me a number of different options here because this is a text category. And these are on the back end of my CMS collection. So I'm going to click on name. And you notice that each of these changed. All right, now same thing with text. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to find what I want, and I want the short description. These have changed. All right. The next thing I want to do is I have my blog card read more wrapper link, which is this link right here. Make this connection, and again, I want to connect this item to this particular page. So I've made these particular connections. The next thing that I want to do, I want to make sure that I connect, is my image. So right here I have an image. I'm going to click on this plus button, and it's going to give me an option. What I want to connect is my thumbnail image. Connect that thumbnail image. Now I have my blog card category text, which is this text inside of this category, and I want to make sure that I connect this to the actual category. So here we have the category, and so I want to open that up, and I'm going to click on the name. And notice that these will change as well. All right. So a few things that you have to set up. You have to make sure that you set up your component property correctly so that you can begin to connect all of these. So let's walk through that one more time. I don't want to make this video too long, but let's walk through that one more time over here on my category template page. So I have some categories here. Again, I have my blog item. I'm going to go in here. I'm just going to delete what I currently have. So I'll delete these out just so that there's no confusion. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to drop in my blog card. Again, the properties show up. And all I'm going to do is begin to connect these one at a time over here on this right side bar. So I have my blog card image wrapper. Again, collection item pay image. Here's my image. We'll go ahead and connect that up at the very beginning. I'm going to do the thumbnail. Here we have another, this is my category, so I want to make sure that I connect that to the category item page link. I have my category text, so again, we want to select the category, open it up, and click on name. Blog card title link. This is going to be to the collection item page. Here's my heading, so I'm going to make that the name. Here is my blog card text. Again, this is the short description. This is another wrapper that's connecting to the blog card item. I'm going to connect that up as well. So we notice that each of these have their own connection. Now, on this particular page, all of these categories are the same because it's the junk removal tips. But I've made this connection on this template page with this component. And so then if I go over here to how to dispose of items correctly, it's already made the connections for me. Again, if I go here to dumpster rental tips, it's already made those connections for me. These are template pages, and this right here is a component. This will save you a massive amount of time. Now, one of the things that I also have added in, you notice that this line clamping is taking place. And so this has been added in here as a style selector. And all I had to do is add it to this component on any page in the website. If I make a change on this page, so for instance, if I just happen to want my blog card, this wrapper right here to be below, you notice it makes a change, of course, in this CMS collection like it normally would. But if, say, I go back to the actual page, Wise Guys Wisdom, you notice that that has been changed. Normally, that wouldn't take place. It would change in that particular CMS collection, and you would have to go to every single page and update that change. Now, of course, I don't want this, so I'm going to go back into my component. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to take this and move it right back up, and there it is. So if I go, say, back over here to one of the category template pages, that's been moved right back up. So that's the power of component properties or components inside of the CMS collection. It's going to allow you to design an item once, say in your style guide, drop that into a CMS collection, particularly one that you're going to be using over and over throughout your website. And you're going to be able to make those changes without having to go to each one of these pages. I've had to do that in the past, and it takes forever. That is gone as long as you set it up in this way. So, component properties inside of the CMS collection. If you got some value out of this video, would you hit the like button? If you want more videos like this, subscribe to the channel. I hope to see you on the next video.